the man is going to know that he can probably most likely get in them draws. There's proof that you've been bust down before.
Okay, so if you can introduce yourself.
Bitch, please.
Y'all know who the fuck I am.
Hello and welcome back to another episode on OhSoCallin with your girl Deanna Chanel. So I'm just doing another ramble video. I don't know why I'm talking so low. Maybe I'm calm right now. I don't know. But I'm about to do another ramble video. Today I've been scrolling on TikTok. I'm always on TikTok. Let's just start there. I'm always on TikTok. But I don't know. For so long, I used to be one of those that used to be so against using people who used to use other people's videos for content and stuff and like put it on there or whatever. But people put the stupid ass shit on here. So I'm just like, I'm about to talk about it. Shoot, I'm about to talk about it. Again, in this video, I am getting better with my run-on non-stops. I just figured out that iPhone has a little pause on here. So I'll use that. I will only use that 5 times, though. Again, with that. And yeah, we're just about to run with this. I have one already. But it's just, most of these, I'm just going to explain them. I explain stuff pretty good. So, I mean, I purposely speak in the simplest form so everybody can understand me and so I don't have to repeat myself. I cannot stand repeating myself. So this first one, it says, when a female trying to beef with me about a nigga I've been off and on with for 6 years. And, you know, I do understand that because I told you yesterday I thought I was hot shit with my ex. I'm not even going to lie. I really thought I was hot shit with my ex. And, I mean, that was my dude, though. That was literally my dude. That was my go-to dude. But one thing I will say, like, I understand it's been 6 years, but your time is up. You need to go about your business. People get so stuck on the person that they forget that life is just an experience. You're not owed nobody owe you shit just because they spent the most time with you. And I will continue to reiterate certain points because that's just kind of what some things just fall back to. Some people be looking stupid. After 6 years, I mean, why I really don't like if I'm committed to someone, I'm not calling you my nigga. I feel like that is so disrespectful. And don't you ever call me your bitch, if you want me to be honest. I wasn't always like that, but now in this day and age, the way that people just be flinging that out, and it's just disrespectful. Let's just start there. It's just disrespectful. So I don't like that. And 6 years, I mean, shoot. Single till married, that's all I'm saying. That's how it seems like that's how men be operating. So I'm just being so for real. But learn to skedaddle when your time is up. Stop thinking that you supposed to be all around. If you're gonna be around all these years, at least allow him to put a ring on it. I mean, fuck. That's all I gotta say. Don't marry the guy that ignores your request to stop following and liking random women's photos on social media. This is just for me. Look, if you don't know that girl, for real, if you don't know her, if you didn't go to school with her, look, I don't give a fuck. Don't be liking that shit. That's just me. But honestly, I'm not like, it's just like stuff like that. People be like trying to explain certain things that people do that they don't like. Be like, hey, stop doing that because I don't like it. The person that you probably, really like, and supposed to be with is probably not going to do that simple thing. Like some stuff I'm not about to teach you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to teach a grown-ass man to open a door. I'm not about to teach a grown-ass man to pump the gas and take out the trash. I'm not about to open my mouth as like your woman and say that you need to come already wired with certain things. I understand. I get the whole idea of social media. I mean, people it's there for attention. I mean, I do understand that. But people get so big-headed when somebody like a picture. But that's why I said, don't like shit. If you don't know her personally, if you ain't go to school with her, if that's not your family member, I'm not even going with that shit. Like, because I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. If I get a message about, hey, girly, your man, da da da. Let me tell you one story about how one of the first times I found out my ex cheated on me. Yeah, and I said the first times. I was young. This was like what my first love. I was just doing shit. But anyway, I'm allowed to go through a few processes to learn some little self-love and self-respect and stuff. That's how it actually happens. You go through a few things and you don't want to go through that shit again, so you start, doing things differently. But one of the first ways I found out this is going to be choppy cuz this was, how old am I? How old am I? This was about 12 years ago. Damn. 12, yeah, 11 years. This is going to be my first cut. Okay, so one day I was laying in bed. This was when I went back. Me and my ex, we had never really made things official or whatever, but people knew we were together or whatever. But come to find out, my ex was in a relationship when we met. He swear he wasn't, but there was a girl out there like on Facebook claiming him and everything like that. That ended up being a big ordeal too. I should have left after that shit too. But this girl messages me and she's like, "Do you have his password?" I'm like, "Who is this white girl messaging me?" Mind you, my ex is Caucasian. I don't know if anybody knows that, but yeah. I was like, "Who is this white girl messaging me?" And she was like, "Do you have his password?" And with my ex in my my high school relationship, we weren't going for none of that. I wasn't doing none of that. I don't think that my ex from high school, I'm not gonna name him, Mr. Island Man, that's what I'll call him, Mr. Island Man. We never really had any trust issues or anything like that. Well, I never really had any trust issues. But like I didn't know what I was getting myself into with my new relationship. So she told me, "You got his password." I'm like, "Girl, what you talking about? Let me see about this." So she gives me his password. Come to find out, I see these messages about how he trying to meet up with these girls. That was like the first time, I think the next day, the first time I went into work and I was crushed and I had to work with a broken heart. Luckily, I was working at a... Luckily, at this point, I was working at a doggy daycare. It made it okay. It didn't make it okay. I was still toe up, but I was already going through a hard time because at this point in time, I had come back from school. I don't know. I ended up at my grandmother's house. I was so depressed. My mother, I don't remember like the circumstances and how it went down. My trauma has honestly chopped my memory, but I ended up at my grandmother's house. My mother moved somewhere else, didn't get me a room where she was staying. And so I was really like so depressed and I was going through a hard time staying with my grandmother because she was just an effing weirdo. I remember one time, I was going through that heartbreak at that time, and my grandma was like, "If you're gonna be crying all day and going through all this," she was like, "You can go stay in the shelter." And I remember telling my ex that had just cheated on me or whatever I had found out, he had ended up helping me stay and move with him, out in Augusta. And I remember at that time, that's literally what started the journey of me like clinging to him and moving everywhere with him. That was my backbone because my family was just chopped and fucked. They used to just get on my nerves. I didn't even realize what it was, but that was around the time I was just getting fat as fuck. Oh my gosh. And I say that with such hostility because I got so big. I was so disgusted. I still am disgusted by that shit, bro. Another reason why I had to change my license, because my license still had like my big ass face on there. And it's just like all that weight was just carried from all that stress and trauma and stuff. That shit, that had to go. So yeah. But let me go to another. I don't really get into the whole shenanigans of I don't care. Now I'm not gonna say about the social media stuff. You know what you need to be doing. Don't do no shit that you won't want me to do. That's all I gotta say. Honestly, in my head, I'm starting to think am I hungry? My stomach, Jesus. In my head, I'm like, if he ain't busting down the commandments, like breaking the 10 commandments, like, okay, because like I'm just not really impressed with what I'm seeing in this world. Like people are just so not independent thinkers. I just really don't know what's going on. This post that I seen, shit sounds stupid.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 women. But
most of these I'm not gonna like post on here, just like listen.
riddle me this, men. How you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 women, but you can only depend on the one you cheating on?
Now I'm not a man, but I be trying to be more logical and real. She's the one that's staying. The fuck? If somebody's willing to get taken advantage of, like the human instinct just as a person is to just attack it. Like if something is weak by nature, I think an animal is going to attack it. And that's like just human nature. That's just how people operate. People are naturally going to want to take over something that's weak. But that's why I don't like people who do things like that, because I don't see that as a good kill. Something that was already down and out. You weak as fuck too. How is that good? But it's like, the idea, I don't know if people know Jeepers Creepers. I don't know. Did he look for the best? No, actually Jeepers Creepers was the same way. Cause you remember Trisha, she was like begging him to take her cause she was stronger. You want me, but she took Derry because Derry was the weaker one. He wasn't gonna be much of a fight. But that's human nature for people to go ahead and want to just take advantage of something. If you gonna allow that shit, yeah, I'm about to do your ass in. And that I know that is a shitty thing to do. I do understand that, but it's just you're allowing it. And no, I'm not a man, but that's just what it seems like.
Y'all need some new pair of shoes. They looking at you like, well, what you want me to do? I ain't got it for you. So then you go back to the one you cheating on. You ask her for the pair of shoes, and her dumb ass go get it for you.
Yes, she's going to go get those shoes because she is dumb. She just said it. She answered her own question right there. Is she dumb enough to allow it? I am not doing shit for a nigga that ain't mine. If you want me to keep it a buck, what the fuck do I look like? I don't even play those games. Women come online, and I'm not saying, hey, everything is different, but I do not think that women really be having conversations with people or actually talking to people that they like. I've never, ever been on a date, talked to a man, and gone out with a man that has ever expected me to pay. I've never had that experience. I think that's always been very clear. And I don't know, like, I'm really like, excuse me, I'm really like going back. But yeah, I've never had that experience. Why? And women come online complaining about that. But I think the signs were there that he wasn't going to pay, for one. And for two, I just don't think that we're like taking our time. I think there's some people, and we'll put a pin in that. We'll put a pin in that. We'll put a pin in that. Hold on.
The notion that men don't like women with kids is a scheme set up by Todd ass bitch. Like, I was never falling for that propaganda. I know too many real life examples of.
Okay. I think this debate really gets to me because why would a woman suddenly not want a man just because she has a kid? She's still going to seek out a man. Why would a man just turn down a woman just because she has a kid? Be realistic. No man is going to do that. So to say that a man still wants a woman even though she has a kid, yeah, that ain't really stopping shit, if you want me to be honest. But y'all love to play those games where men are low value because they have kids or whatever. But then y'all come on here, but y'all come and say, oh, women are not low value because they have kids already. That I feel like that's kind of hypocritical. Like that doesn't make any sense. And I feel like the only reason people say that is because women take care of their kids. Women take care of kids. and they have just honestly built up all of humanity. But if men are low value for being unmarried and having kids, then I feel like the shoe should also be on the other foot. Like, and that's crazy to me. Like, hold on.
My friends, women that have kids, and yeah, that baby daddy probably didn't work out. He wasn't shit. But
and believe it or not, I promise you he wasn't shit before you had the baby.
They keep a man. They keep a man, and
a man is not hard to be kept. They literally stay. They honestly stay down for a lot of shit. They are very loyal, if you want me to be honest. Excuse me, they are not very loyal. They just, I'm pending on the word. But loyal was not the word that I wanted to use. Let's just be very clear.
Okay, when I look at like the statistics, they get that like terrible baby daddy, but then will literally find a godsend of like a husband. Like, you can never catch me slandering a single mom, okay?
It's not even a slander. It's an accountability factor of you could have just taken your time and found Mr. Right the first time. That's you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even that.
Them hoes keep them a good man. Like,
and you know why accountability is so hard for people and they feel like it's slander or they feel ashamed is because their feelings are hurt. People do be thinking, damn, I could have did better. I feel that shit all the time. There's a bunch of stuff in my life where I'm like, damn, I could have did better. My OF days. I know I was better than that. But I just be doing shit. That is not okay, though. But it's just like, it's shit that you got to go through in order to learn a lesson. Sometimes shame is needed in order to learn a lesson. That's okay. Humility, man, fuck that shit.
Damn, okay. The baby must be the good omen. I think it's, because men like competition. So I don't know if they be in competition with the baby or in competition with the baby daddy. So, yeah, that...
I'm going to be so for real. Even if that was for real, you shouldn't want that man. That just sounds like some bullshit. That just sounds so stupid. Oh my gosh. But anyway, any man that I've ever seen, that I've ever come across these days, they be low-key being so disrespectful and thinking that women are easy to take over because they have a kid and they're fiending for the need to grasp to someone. And that may not be the case. I'm not saying that's the same for everybody, but I know what I do here. Shoot. I actually there's a guy that I know who openly says that's what he goes for, and that's what he believes.
No one's ever gonna want you. Like, shut up.
And I'm not gonna say that nobody's ever gonna want you. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to be worth something, and I know that's tough to. I think that was kind of harsh to say, Deanna. But I don't know. Sometimes it'd be hard for me to sugarcoat stuff. But if you are a good woman and you have substance and you're smart, you're ambitious, you're open, you're forgiving, you take accountability, nothing's going to stop nothing's going to change, somebody from seeing a wife in you. You know what I'm saying? But I think the biggest issue comes, from single motherhood and dating and all this other stuff is like, the bashfulness, I cannot stand the ones who think that, I don't know, the women who think that single mothers deserve the men with no kids. I am so irritated with that. And I just want everybody to know that my mom, I grew up with a mother that was married. My mother was married. No, my dad was not my mother's husband. But that was my brother's dad. So that's who I saw. My mom was a wife. I saw love in my household. So when I talk about love, life, and marriage and stuff, I'm either talking about stuff that I've seen and I believe in, or I'm talking about stuff that I just want to do better at. But I think that this whole baby mama talk, it just be this continued cycle because we're not getting to the nitty gritty. That's not the issue that we're talking about. And I think what got me, where's the comments? Oh, this one girl, what she said. She said, "My friends with kids keep a man. It's those of us that are child free struggling." And it was a bunch of likes. But that is true. But all I'm going to say is that keeping a man is not a prize. So let's just start there. That is the easiest thing to get. They're on every corner, I promise you. Well, for me, they are. I don't know about everybody else. It's those child free. I feel like women now who are child free are taking their time, or not to be dilly dally with, skedaddle with, and all this other stuff. I'm not saying this is the same all the time, but sometimes women who already have kids. I'm not saying if you had kids with somebody who you were already in a long-term relationship with, but if you had a kid with somebody who was a one-night stand, you didn't even know him for real, then I am talking about those kind of people. But people have kids with people who they literally don't even know. Like they just had a kid with them on a whim. Like they don't be knowing these people. Like, come on now. I think I didn't see this comment before, but this just pissed me off. I think men also find maternal qualities attractive. Yeah, they do. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Why would I not want to see a good woman in you? But that's why I get so irritated with the argument. And I feel like I left out something on my other argument. But that's why I get so irritated with the argument. And I talked about this in my last video of, oh, I'm not finna be his mama, his mama, his mama. You want somebody to be your damn daddy, to pay them damn bills and protect you, go take out the trash, do what he need to do, open your door, protect you, be somebody up, come bring you flowers and all this other stuff. And I can tell you 9 times out of 10, most people did not even experience their own daddy doing that shit. So for you to be not wanting to be a mama but expecting a daddy, I think we need to dead that shit. Like, stop with the role-based bull crap. Either you want to take care of your partner or you don't. Like, damn. Golly. I had one child and I only attracted men with no kids. All I'm saying is you're not married yet. So the man is going to know that he can probably most likely get in them draws. There's proof that you've been bust down before. You know what I'm saying? And like, I hate to just put a pin in it, but come on. That's not like, it's not a flex. It's not a flex at all. It's not a flex at all. If you're pretty enough, they don't care. Yeah, they're not going to care. The objective is, I want everybody to know that we are dating to see if we are compatible or whatever. But men are also men at the end of the day. They want to bust you down. They want to bust you down. And if that is achievable, then they will do exactly that. Not saying they're not going to wife you or do anything like that, but women are acting like men we're just supposed to be like this once they had a kid. No, men are not like that. Stop that fucking argument. They're never going to go anywhere.
Fair. Why are you still fucking with him now?
Okay, here's this.
If you think all men cheat, that is fine, that is fair. Why are you still fucking with him now?
Boom, boom. Okay, and this from Hoochie God. This is literally from Hoochie God. I don't know if you know her. But I love her so much because she be real as fuck. But that be the thing. Women come online constantly. This nigga had to do this and I hate this. I hate this. Well, girl, shut up and stop dating men. Like, men irritate the fuck out of me, but I know not all men operate the same. I know not all men cheat. I know not all men are shitty. Like, not all people are the same. If all men are the same, then all women are the same. And people, you would get mad if they said that shit. Like, and if it's really that deep for you, stop talking to them. Okay, this one is what got me. This girl said me DIYing a teeth cleaning because social anxiety won't let me go to the dentist. What's like really irritating me with this day and age is they think that somehow just because they think that just because their feelings are affected, that something needs to be stopped, something needs to be changed. No, you need to continue through said thing. That's how courage is built. That's how, I don't know, inertia in life is built. That's how you get things going. You don't just stop doing things. Like, life has given you the pleasures of having the dentist so you don't have to do stuff like that. And you're worried about a feeling. Yeah, the dentists are annoying as fuck because they want you to make sure that the more that you take care of your teeth on the front end, it's less work that they got to do on the back end. So yeah, they might come down on you when, you know, you got a little extra tartar buildup or whatever, but that is okay. Feelings are okay. Like, it's okay for your feelings to be hurt. Not everybody is going to give a fuck about your feelings. Like, and I'm not saying feelings aren't meant to be hurt, but not everybody's going to care, like, consciously think about them enough. Like, I don't know what has come to this world to where they think the internet is like the most backward place to me, because people will be like, oh, my feelings, social anxiety, like the 20-year-olds, the lower 20-year-olds, and like the teenagers, social anxiety, I'm scared of everything. But them be the main ones in the comments talking about some, oh, if you feeling some type of way on social media, then you don't need to be on here. Feelings just don't magically disappear just because we're on social media. This is just like a different form of media. We're just in a new day and age. We're on the phone. We have the internet now. It's no different than a damn TV. Like, fuck are you talking about? And it's just like, I will always say this. If people say stuff like that, oh, you don't need to be on social media, I don't care if you don't care about my feelings. I don't give a fuck about your feelings either. We will never see each other. And actually, I'm actually more brutal than this in person than I am on here. But people think that everybody's supposed to care about their feelings. Everybody ain't gonna care about your feelings. Feelings don't move everybody. Your feelings are not fact for everybody. They're fact to you, but it's not enough to get shit done for everyone. But yeah, I think that's enough. I think that's enough for my ramble for today. I hope that's 3 cuts. And I hope this video ain't long. I've been trying to hurry up and edit and post each night so that I can get the ball rolling. You know how sometimes people get caught up in views and likes and stuff on social media? But I will tell you that there could be 100 views on your video. And usually people make the point of, oh, that's you sitting in the room with 100 people. No, scratch that. What if all it takes is one genius, one person looking for your skill set out of those 100 people to see your video and be like, dang, I need this person on my team. Your video actually does not even have to go viral. Life is all about perspective. I did it like a Rubik's Cube. Like, sometimes, you just got to figure out how it works until, the piece actually fits. But 100 views, all it takes is one particular view to actually put you on a map. But that's how I always view things. Because, I mean, once you realize, I just said I was about to end this video. I get so goofy with that. But this cancel culture is just so unreal for me, because people's opinions really don't start nor stop shit. Like, you don't like me, I really don't care. I'm not honestly here to be liked. I'm here to say some things that just makes you click in your head, makes you want to do the right thing. Maybe you learn a little something. Maybe I make you laugh, but I really don't care if you like me. I think that's why I needed to go through this in life, and because I think my mother was like my biggest Achilles heel. But after that snapped, I don't care who is here, there. No, I don't like green eggs and ham. Sam, I am. Yeah, I don't care if you're here or there. And plus, I don't care about convincing people of my character anymore, because I will reiterate, I was around my mother for all that time, and she completely just misread me. But like I said, I'm not convincing people. I will only be doing that if I care about people. And that's where feelings come in, play a good part. Then when people care about you, that's when they do things. They do things to consider you because they care about your feelings. But if people ain't changing the way that they move, it's because they don't give a fuck about your feelings. But yeah, I think I'm done. It's 8:07. I should probably get me a little bust down or something. I have some beef shaved steak. I'm probably just gonna make that and put it on some panini bread and have me a panini. But I hope you have a great night. Please like, share, subscribe. Thoughts, concerns, let me know that. But good night. Until next time. Bye.